Morning in January 1979, Brenda Spencer started shooting from her house into the primary school across the street, killing 2 adults and injuring 8 children and a policeman. When asked why she was shooting, Brenda declared, "I don't like Mondays." 26 years later, Brenda Spencer is entitled to parole.
Block from the home, across the playground from the home, and all of a sudden, as many as 7 shots rang out from the house. We ducked behind some cars. In a hail of bullets, the school principal and custodian were killed when they stood in front of the school building. Police. That's all right.
Then I got shot, and then I went in the nurse's office, and I was bleeding a lot. I was laying there dead.
The bullet that went through her wrist didn't harm anything, didn't hit the bone, or we're just praising the Lord.
You're lucky. So terrified. It was a very, very horrific event. My mom just thanked Jesus Christ because I was still alive, and I am still alive. Certainly, it affected my life. I mean, something that's that traumatic, of course, would of course affect your life.
Basically, it was the end of my career. It's prevented me being able to hold a decent job for a long time. I mean, I still dream about being a police officer and being out on the street. If I could, I'd go back to work tomorrow.
My niece and nephew, when they got to the age where they could understand this, they've always wondered, know Grandpa. Their question to my brother was, is she going to come and kill us too?
5 feet from the sidewalk, and then I heard the firecrackers, or the bullets she was shooting, go off, and I turned around and faced directly across the street, and that's where her house was. That was the first one shot, in the abdomen. I didn't understand why I was on the ground.
I looked out, and the principal was flailing backward, and he had blood on his chest, and I thought, oh my gosh.
I turned, and that's when the bullet went through my wrist, because Brenda was actually aiming. She was shooting to kill.
I remember Crystal Hardy screaming, am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to die?
It nicked my jugular vein, and it bounced off my shoulder blade and had lodged against my spine. Honestly, I was a little pissed that the SWAT team didn't blow the house away, and with her in it.
I sure am not one to blame someone else, unless her father was covering her hand with his and making her pull the trigger. I'm blaming Brenda, no matter how weird her family was.
Strange that he still lives in the same house.
Isn't that strange?
Oh.
It is very strange. He must really like being alone.
Let her die in prison.
What would be your reaction if she did get parole next week?
I'd get my guns out, I'd put them back together, and I would load them. And I would start carrying a weapon again. Because I think if she got out, she tried to finish the job.
Do you think she should have got the death penalty?
Sure. Yeah.
It was a bad thing to do, goodness. But I think that's how I feel. Or be incarcerated forever, that sort of thing. If she must live. But what a life.
Her term, 25 years to life, kind of was scary, because when it happened 25 years ago and she received that sentence, I thought, I'll be so old then. It'll be different. It's not.